So here's a sneaker that I was really wanting in 2024, and big fan of these ones. And basically, the sneaker is a collaboration between Adidas and Bad Bunny, which you probably have sort of seen. Bad Bunny is a singer-songwriter, rapper, not really listened to much of his music, in all honesty, and more of a fan of the trainers. And so this is the box. This is what you see, and basically it's the Bad Bunny campus. This is called the Last Campus, and then inside the sneakers, they have like a nice sort of special box to them. As you can see, it's a bit kind of difficult to kind of get out, and they put this nice sort of sleeve around it, sort of similar to the Fear of God's sneakers in terms of its premium package. And also the Adidas AE ones as well seem to come in this kind of package as well. So which is quite cool. You can see the box here is really nice. It's like a quite sort of robust as well, and it's got the Bad Bunny eye on there, and then you've got the Bad Bunny icon there as well with the Adidas logo. I'll take the sneakers out of the box, and basically with pretty much all the Adidas sneakers that I've seen with Bad Bunny come with a shoe bag, so which is a really cool touch. So that's a nice thing to sort of include. They come individually wrapped as well. So they come in a deep brown and pink and chalk white colorway, as you can sort of see here. And the pink is quite sort of on certain parts of the sneaker, so you can see it in the eyelets and the logo itself, and basically the lace tips, and also in the tongue. They've got the Adidas logo in pink, and then the insoles as well comes in pink color. And I really am a big fan of this shoe as well because it's a nice sort of silhouette. And these come with a leather insole, so you can sort of see here this has got like a nice sort of leather pink insole. It's glued to the bottom, and these also have a polyurethane midsole, so you can sort of see here it's quite sort of thick. And this reminds me of like the Newcomb sneaker that Adidas do as well. It's got a similar sort of lining going around the upper of the sneaker, and basically the midsole itself is quite sort of tough and robust and similar to sort of other sort of campuses really. And then you've got the herringbone traction as well, and it's made up of all sort of suede upper materials. So this one is sort of on the sort of furrier side. I think the Adidas Campus Light, I think that one had a more sort of furrier leather, but this one's still nice and nice sort of suede materials on here, and just feels sort of really nice to the touch and quite sort of premium as well. And the price for these is £140. So with the comfort, I think these are on the firm side in my opinion. It kind of feels like a sort of standard campus. What kind of elevates it for me in terms of its comfort and being firm on its sole is basically the insole being not like a major upgrade, but it's just got this kind of sort of leather lining on it, which feels really nice, and then the leather around the inside makes the comfort and just gives it a slightly more elevated comfort level than a standard campus in my opinion. But it's not a shoe to kind of wear, if you're looking for something comfortable. And this also has sort of good neutral support around the arch in my opinion as well. As you can sort of see here, it's sort of quite sort of contour to your foot, and inside as well it feels like it goes sort of quite sort of round. I wouldn't say it's like one of the best, but it's still good enough. And I think the wearing time for these is around 4 to 8 hours. It's more the fact that the midsole itself isn't very kind of, you can sort of see it's very flexible. It's quite sort of hard, and that's typically of the sort of campus trainers really. They do tend to have that. And I'd go true to size on these. I think true to size does work. I went a half size up because just with Adidas trainers in general, but basically with my socks on, my sort of toe comes to here. So if I went true to size, it would probably be more around here. So you can go true to size. It's not like a thing. Sometimes it's just nice to have a slightly bit more room, which is what I like. And you've got to bear in mind the heel tab on the back here sort of does push you forward a bit as well. And I would say these have really good traction as well, because it's got a sort of flat base. It's a herringbone as well, and it just works really well. It's like I said, flat base and quite sort of heavy and firm to the ground, so it's going to keep you stable. So with the look and style, I like the sort of neutral colour tone on this, and what I mean by that is it's got sort of predominantly sort of beige, white, and pink, you know, hints of pink and the brown, so pretty much goes with anything, and probably the wrong time to sort of be releasing during sort of coming into sort of summertime. And it's a good one to wear sort of the spring autumn time, in my opinion. I think it works well during the sort of spring autumn time, so I definitely sort of recommend wearing them in that kind of weather, because they, you know, in the winter time I'd be afraid to sort of get them too ruined, but I think spring autumn time works well for these types of sneakers because they give you enough sort of protection and enough warmth, and still sort of quite, you know, relatively easy to sort of wear as well. But it's just mainly the suede that's kind of, you know, I'd probably avoid wearing it in sort of really wet weather. And it's a good one to rock sort of casual and smart casual. As you can see here, it's quite sort of elevated look to it and feels sort of more sophisticated and more sort of grown up as well. So I kind of really appreciate it myself. You get these kind of white sort of sail laces that come with it, and they have like the pink ends on them. And basically these work fine, and they also come with a brown pair as well, so you can sort of see here. And this one also has sort of the pink tips to them as well, so basically they work well with both of those. And I think for me it's like I'd prefer these rope style laces in there, but you know, there's no reason why you couldn't put in a slightly sort of different color, like a pink colored as well, just to kind of match the sneaker. So with the final thoughts, I think it has a really great colorway in my opinion. I think this is probably up there with the white version, and maybe above the moss version as well, which is like the green color. And then there's also the light brown version as well, and I think this one is probably second for me. I really love the white pair because it's just quite sort of unique and looks different, but this one is also really nice, and you know, you can't really sort of argue with any one that you get. And I think the silhouette is elevated in terms of it being a campus, but they've kind of given it Bad Bunny treatment with like the double tongue and the double heel, and just the kind of, you know, doing a bit more than usual on it. So with the midsole, and just basically changing it up to make it look like, you know, something that you're getting something slightly different than a standard campus, and just, you know, looks more premium. And I just like the attention to detail just in general. Like they just do a good job, like I said, because you've got the double tongue, you've got the leather inner lining, and then you've got the leather insole. You know, just things like that just makes it feel more premium to me. And they also feel very stable on foot because of the flat sole, and you know, just basically walking around and the herringbone traction, they feel really good, and you're not going to be sort of slipping. With the cons, I think they're on the sort of firmer side of comfort. I think that's my only sort of issue with that, and there's no sort of tech in there to kind of help that along. And they also feel sort of more on the heavier side as well, so if you're looking for a sneaker that is lightweight, this is not one of them. So with the look and style, I'll give this one a 5 out of 5. I think it just looks really nice, and I love the colourway, and it's dark brown. You can't go wrong with a dark brown colourway with the little hints of pink on there. And the comfort, I give that a 3 out of 5. I just think they're not really that comfortable. I think what saves it for them is just the leather in lining, but in terms of comfortability, that's not why you wear these, in all honesty. And the quality, I give that 5. I think for the price that you pay, which is £140, and if you compare it to something like the Travis Scott Jumpman Jacks or T-Rex, these are, £60 cheaper, and they kind of, I think, in my eyes, I think they're actually a nicer sneaker, and the Jumpman Jacks don't have any sort of tech in there whatsoever, and charging £200 is probably asking a bit too much for those. But this one, I just think it looks really nice. And the pricing, I give that a 5 as well. I think, like I said, it's £140 on these, and they've been slightly elevated to a sort of standard campus, which sort of retails at £100. So for paying the extra £40, you get a nicer presentation all in all. And then that's why overall I give it a 5 out of 5. I think this is the last campus and from Bad Bunny, so it's just done in a really nice colourway, and I'm sort of really happy with this one.